Welcome to Now. I'm your host, Curtis Parody, bringing you the news happening in the world right now. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope you're doing well, and with this weekend only just a few hours away for some, and others, while watching this, well, it might already be the weekend. So let's jump into the very first story of the day. My first story comes from right here in my home country of Canada. Today, the RCMP, or the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, announced that they've used a flying drone to actually save someone's life. The drone is a four-pronged helicopter equipped with a heat vision camera called the Dragonflyer X4ES. It helped to locate a man after experiencing a car accident who had actually wandered away from the scene, only to later actually find him lost in a heavily wooded area. The man called 911 but was unable to provide the police with a location as to where he was, and the GPS on his phone could only define like an area, not an exact point. After a full helicopter search and rescue team was sent out to find the man, nothing was found, and with nightfall settling in, it made it harder and harder to find him. That's where the Dragonflyer comes into play. With its heat vision camera system, it was able to fly around the suspected area until a heat signature was found. This turned out to be the missing man huddled in the fetal position near the base of a tree near a snowbank. Thanks to the amazing RCMP officers, the missing man was brought to a hospital and treated. The RCMP also stated that without the drone, they wouldn't have been able to actually search for the man until morning, at which time it's unknown if the man would have actually survived the night. Now, when the makers of the Dragonfly were approached about this entire event, they stated, "To our knowledge, this may have been the first time a life may have been saved with the use of a SUAS, a small unmanned aerial system helicopter." In the end, I'm just stoked that something like this drone could actually help save a person's life. Also, good job to the RCMP for implementing this new piece of technology in a positive way. From tech on this planet to tech floating high above us. The ISS, or International Space Station, is in the news today, but not for a good reason. It appears that the ISS may have a small leak. It was discovered yesterday that ammonia is actually leaking from a loop that cools the power system attached to the lab's 8 huge solar panels. Now, the 6-person crew that's currently on the ISS is in no danger, at least according to NASA, but the leak could cause the loop to actually shut down in the next day or so, potentially shutting off power generation in that affected area. Chris Hadfield, the current space station commander, took to Twitter to say, "It is a serious situation, but between crew and experts on the ground, it appears to have been stabilized. Tomorrow we'll find out for certain." One surprising thing about all of this, well, it's not the first time something like this has actually happened. Back in 2007, the same cooling loop actually sprung a leak, but the rate of ammonia lost was so low back then that no immediate action was required. Then in 2011, 8 pounds of ammonia was actually added to the system to help stabilize it. Then last November, 2 crew members actually attempted to isolate and repair the leak, which seems to have done the trick. At this time, though, it's unclear if the station has sprung a new leak or it's just the old one that's kind of gotten worse. So NASA is looking into the problem, but for now, the astronauts on the ISS are working to plan out their trip back to Earth, which will happen this Monday, May 13th. Let's hope all is well and that they have a safe trip back to the planet. And our last story of the day, with it being Friday today, that means it's New Movie Day. The Great Gatsby is opening up in North America this weekend, and the first reviews are beginning to pour in. So far, well, it's actually not looking good for the newest adaptation of F. Scott Fitzgerald's 1925 novel. This is the 4th big screen adaptation of the film, and it stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Tobey Maguire, Carey Mulligan, Island Fisher, Joel Edgerton, and Jason Clarke. It's estimated that the film cost around $100 million to produce. And though DiCaprio's performance is great, many reviewers think that the movie fails to grasp the ultimate vision of the book. Personally, I was looking forward to the film, and I still really want to see it, though keeping in mind I've never actually read the book, so it'll probably make me judge the film a little bit differently. But that makes me think, do you enjoy big screen adaptations of books, or do you feel that they often leave parts out that you would have liked to see? Tell me what you think in the comment section below, or of course you can always let me know on my Facebook page, through Twitter, or on Google+. Links to all that and the other topics I talked about in today's episode in the description below, along with the always amazing subscribe button. So until next time, I'm Curtis Parody, and that's what's happening now. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. You can of course check out more videos that I create by clicking on them below. Check out Now for the latest news happening in the world right now, Paradise Gaming for some fun gameplay videos, or of course my personal vlog channel to see what I'm doing outside of my studio. Also, if you're interested in supporting the show and getting some new clothes for yourself, just like this shirt, you can pick up this one if you want. Check out the store at thecurtisparodystore.ca. Bye everyone.